Okay, I want to show you how I would install this woven wood shade if I only had about an inch of depth to mount it. So we're talking about that much. So what I would want to do is put a screw underneath the shade and kind of angle it in to the trim where I want to mount it. That way you don't want to screw straight up in that little inch or less, because it might be weak. If you get an angle on it and pre-drill your holes, it's going to be much stronger. Another thing is where these slots are, it's going to be like a really sharp angle to try to hit that. Not to say it's impossible, but what I'm going to do is look underneath and make sure I hit a spot that doesn't have any cording or mechanisms in the way, and drill my own hole a little further back so I can get it on there. So just checking that out. I will try to find a spot for my phone to go. Here we go. Getting my drill set up real quick. Let's see. This should work fine. Let me just test my spot where I want it. Okay, this is the back of the shade. This is the front of the shade. So I'm good to put a hole about right here. Oop. We'll do one right here. I'm gonna do an extra hole. And we're gonna do one over here. That should be good. And then I'm gonna take some screws a little bit longer than what came with the product, because getting into that angle, I really wanna make sure the screw is nice and into the wood. And I'm gonna put a washer on that screw just to make sure it has a nice little extra big space. That way if I'm using the slotted hole, it's gonna really catch nicely, or if I use the holes that I make. So now let's go try to screw this in. And if you want, you could put like 2 screws to get it in. And then once it's up, you could add some more screws. Again, I would just pre-drill all my holes. Oop. Sorry, just trying to go quick here. Okay. Set up some way, somehow. Maybe just like that. All right, I am gonna put one of these screws right through that hole I pre-drilled. Drilling this hole, I'm pre-drilling this probably less than a 1/2 inch from the front. And I'm just angling that hole back. So I just pre-drilled that hole, and I put it at a slight angle back into the trim to make sure it's not gonna be too close or split the trim. Now I'm gonna drill my shade into that. I actually started with a hole in the middle of the shade, and now I can tilt the shade left and right. I went ahead and put that one in the middle first, and now I can either pull out or push in the shade as much as I need to get it even. That's looking pretty nice and even. So you can see I've got like less than an inch of space, maybe 1 inch of space max from the back of this shade to where the trim stops. And now I'm gonna get a couple more screws in there. So again, I'm gonna go in there and pre-drill my hole at that angle. Get that one up at that angle. Now, come back with my screws with the washer. Sorry, it's hard to do this all one-handed while holding a video. Get that in there. Oops. We will try again. There we go. There we go. And my last screw, where did it drop down to? I heard it. We've already pre-drilled this one at an angle. Nice and slow. Okay. So, that is strong. If you have a wider shade and you want to get some more in there, just again, come under here and find where it's not going to hit any wires or cording or mechanisms. Pre-drill your holes at that angle. You could even come through it, right through here, right through your trim at an angle. Just like that. Then go get your screw. Screw it in. There you go, that's making it even stronger. So you want to put a few extra, go for it, but that thing is strong. It is not coming down. Get my balance back over. There you go.